So, it's rather warm. All right, as you please. Where do I keep this?
Did you turn it off?
What flowers, eh?
Yes.
Beautiful. Now, if you can get my handkerchief from my purse and my spectacles.
Ask Masha to bring Mother's purse down, please.
Today, I was thinking of talking or telling you about the Sahadža culture. Now we have formed the dharma, Vishwa dharma. But it must have a culture. So far in all the religions, there is no combination of religion and culture. No religion has. That's why everywhere you find different cultures. Say in India, people who follow Hindu religion have different cultures in different places. They are living in Lucknow or say in UP, they have a Muslim culture, more Islamic style. They'll eat in one plate, do all kinds of things which normally a South Indian won't do. And the South Indians have a different culture from Maharashtrians. So even in a religion like Hindu religion, where culture is important, very important, we find varieties. So the cultures get influenced by the neighboring cultures or surrounding cultures, and that's how people get lost. When you establish a religion like this, Vishwa dharma, it's not like any other religion. It's the real religion within us. And this reality comes to us because now we are one with the Spirit. So when we talk of Sahaj culture, it is the culture of the Spirit. Now what is a culture? First of all, let us see what is a culture. So the culture is the pattern of behavior we have with others. It's a common pattern of behavior we are supposed to have with others. Like in English language, for example, we'll say thank you. Even if somebody murders you, may say thank you. Or the person who murders you can say sorry. On the phone, one may say, just if they say something you can't hear, sorry. Every time sorry. As if sorry is a word so easily to be used. I mean, if you are sorry, why are you sorry for that? Sorry? On the phone, they used to first say, I beg your pardon, was sensible. But now I find everybody, A to Z, says sorry. I mean, it has no meaning because what are you sorry about? Say sorry. For everything they are sorry. Or we can say in English language, when we speak, I'm afraid. See, it's very common. I'm afraid. What are you afraid of? The whole world is afraid of you. So this is the culture, what we talk of, any culture such becomes artificial, is not spontaneous, doesn't come from reality. It has no meaning. Sometimes it is pointless, absolutely pointless to stick to certain cultures. So the culture of the Spirit doesn't change, is universal and is higher than any other culture. Apart from that, it integrates all the essences of all the cultures. So it emanates from the Spirit. Now Spirit has two sides. One side which you see, the another you don't see, like the moon. The side you see is outside with other people. Other Sahajogis, other people, other societies, which are not yourself, absolutely. The other side you don't see is the relationship with God Almighty, relationship with your mother. If the other side is not all right, the behavioral side outside could become artificial, could become crooked and not such. So it's the other way around than any other culture. To know any other culture, what do we go? We see how they talk, what is the language, how they speak, how they behave, all the outside things we get. We must know thank you if we want to know English language. We must know thank you, please, all that. But if you want to know the Sahadža culture, you have to know your mother and you have to know God Almighty. The relationship between your mother and the God Almighty has to be absolutely perfect. Then there's no problem. But that the relationship, if it is not all right, you cannot have artificial Sahaj culture. That is one thing for sure. Artificial Sahaj culture is not all right. I would say that India has, in its basics, the culture of the spirit. India has. Because for traditions and traditions in India, and for ages, people have been seeking the truth. Spiritually, they are endowed because of the saints. They are blessed especially because they have been seekers not of material things but of the spirit. Especially in Maharashtra, we should say, because the Kundalini is there, always like a magnet. People are attracted because Sri Ganesha, being the magnet, attracted towards God and spirit. So they form a pattern, but there is lot of artificiality in that also has grown. We must admit that there is lot of artificiality, falsehood, nonsense that has grown into it because the religion fell into the hands of, spiritual religion fell into the hands of gross, horrible, so-called Brahmins who were not realized souls. So the whole culture has become so nonsensical sometimes that you don't know where to look. But to have the culture, first of all, culture is developed through meditation, by facing yourself. First of all, you should face yourself, how you feel about your mother and about God Almighty. First of all, how much liberty you take of your mother. How much take for granted your mother. She's a Mahamaya. Even the first ma is difficult to understand. So when you start taking liberties all the time, putting your pressure on her all the time, trying to attract her attention, her time, or writing letters, 11 pages, all that is one side. Another side is complete indifference to your mother. So it is to be known through your heart. You don't have to talk to me, I know whose heart is pulsating. Perhaps I'm the only person who knows really what you are. You may not be knowing yourself also. I may not say, but I know you in all details, out of which I may say a little bit because I'm too gentle to say things. Because again of Sahaj culture. Because of Sahaj culture, I cannot say everything to you on your face. I'm correcting it, trying to correct it. If not possible, then I say to you. Then in that you have to also see how much worshipful you are. Some people, though they spend more time with me, remain with me, want to be with me, it is only when they feel surrendered also. So it should not be confused. If somebody is spending more time with me, you should not condemn yourself for that. It's all right. But how far you are surrendered is the point. Now, if you are surrendered, how do you see the surrendering in a person? You see, it has one side and the another is the expression. Say a person who is surrendered doesn't talk much to me, doesn't talk. Listens, isn't it? Common sense. Listens. Even people who are very good, I've seen, when I'm talking, they'll put in their own words in between. People who are very good, I should say. So the surrendering is not full. Then the time, they become very conscious of the time. Who has made the time? But the person won't come directly and tell me, but tell somebody else, go and tell mother she has to go at this time. I know everything, who tells whom, who goes to whom, who is telling someone, who is time bound. And then I flout it. I know what time to teach, what is the auspicious time, how it will work out. Surrendering has to be to that point that you shouldn't worry. I would say Dhumal is one of them, who is a very great surrendered fellow. When I went there, I was very tired, and he said, Mother, if you want to rest, you can rest. I said, yes, I want to rest. So he just left me alone. I was really very tired because I had a very long journey, and then this and that, and then I went down all the way there. I thought I'd lie down, sleep off. Of course, as I know that everything has to be done at right time, I just went down. And we had a program of my reception at one place in a village, and they were all waiting for me there. And I was sleeping, he wouldn't wake me up. He wouldn't wake me up. He said everything will be all right. Tell them when mother will come. So there was sun on. They were all sitting under the tree. Sun was scorchingly hot. They were nicely having a nice nap under the tree and all that. All the villagers arrived, everybody arrived, everything worked out. And when I got up, it was about 5:30. Then he told me that, Mother, I didn't tell you the program. He never tells me. If I get something written, well and good. But you were sleeping, I didn't want to disturb you. What's the program? It was at 3 o'clock. I said, 3 o'clock? Why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you wake me? He said, you were awake. I knew you were awake, Mother. It's all right. So we started off at 6 o'clock. Sun had gone down. By that time, they arranged beautiful lights and fireworks and everything. And all the rushing about was finished. They were very well settled. And the people from distant villages had also arrived, and they had organized themselves well, and they had a proper time. And they were very happy that I came late because sun was not there, so scorchingly hot. By the time we reached about 7 o'clock, it was night, and they illumined the lights, and the Diwali like this was put up everywhere. And they got everything, they had sufficient time to do it. Then Duma said, I knew, Mother, you are awake. And you were managing. If one can understand that, then you will not try to organize me. You have to just tell me we have to leave at this time. But if I don't have to leave, I will not leave whatever you may do. In my own sweet way, you will never find me obstinate, but I am. Because I know what is right is what is right, and has to be done that way. But otherwise I am very calm. I never organize you, I never hurry you, I never do anything that should upset you. Spirit is never upset, never excited, never hurries, and never is what you call that go-go business. Like now, we have to go to the airport. You find everybody goes like an aeroplane, round, 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 round. What has happened? Oh, we have to go. We have to go, all right, so what? The whole thing is, all these excitements and all these things come to us because we are outside. But if you are one with your spirit, you are absolutely calm. Absolutely calm. All right, we have to go, all right, we'll reach there. Doesn't matter. The other day we had to go for some shopping. I was trying to buy some saris for Indian ladies. We got lost. I never bothered them at all. They were going round and round and round and round. And then Danny realized, he said, I think perhaps we had to leave vibrations in all these places. I said, correct. And for about 2 hours, I think, we were roaming about. Anybody else would be saying, what's this? You can't find the place. What's the matter with you? Calm. We reached the shop at the right time, got everything at the right time, did everything, came back at right time. Everything was first class, nothing went wrong. But anybody in my place, I tell you, that time would have been, oh God, this, that. Why are you saving time? For what are you saving time? So we miss the present. And that's one thing Spirit never misses. It's always in the present. That's the reality. Now, in the West, people are very futuristic, extremely futuristic. And their futuristicness sometimes takes them to points. Say, for example, if they have to go by train. So instead of arriving at the right station, they'll go to the station which is further on. And then again they'll arrive at the further on. The train will never reach them. Sort of temperament there. So one should not plan at all anything like that fixes you. But at this moment, if I have to be told that we have to go at this time, it's all right, finished now. At this moment I've told it's recorded, finished. All right? So it's gone into the memory. There's nothing to worry about it. Now present moment. What are we doing? In a very calm way, witness it. Witness yourself. Now, witness yourself. Where is my mind going? Now somebody who has to cook must be thinking, oh, I have to get this, I have to get that. Once you start saying that I have to do it, you'll never be able to do it that well. But you said, all right, just now I'm in meditation. Every moment I'm in meditation. Everything will walk up to you, even matter. And you'll get the right things at the right place. You'll meet right people at the right place. The other day, we were just walking, strolling around. Whom do we find there? Caroline. She just walked out. There I met her. She said, Christine is just next door. I said, let's go. And you should have seen the joy on her face when she came down, she saw me. Beautiful experience for me and her. She was so happy. Then we went together. So when you are so much tied down with your watch, that means you are not tied down with your spirit. So a Sahaja, if he sees watch, then he is not a Sahaja. But the other side could be that the Sahajogis are never in time where they have to be. Very common in England. I reach always first to open the door. And to clean it also sometimes. Now, to take for granted things, as you say, take for granted. That's not the way Sahaja Yoga is. You have to be alert, absolutely alert. If you are alert, immediately you have to go now this time. I have to do it. I have to get this thing out. If you have to miss something, you are supposed to miss it. That's what it is. So there's a beautiful thing written down, like they say, Jaise rakhahu, taise hi rahu. The way you keep me the way I am will be happy. So satisfaction towards yourself, your spirit is important. Because ego will plan out. Oh, we go there, we must get for mother, say daisies. We decide, must get daisies. You don't find daisies, you are disappointed. Why not? These are all my flowers. Whether they're daisies or not, they look so nice. Whatever you get it. That's the thing wanted. You know that the divine is working out everything for you. When you are supposed to get something else, better have it. Even by mistake, if I lay my hand upon something like a book or something, immediately I'll open it out and see why this book has come in my attention. Why this fellow has come in my attention. Why this is happening. And immediately I find that there's some connection, something has to be done, something has to be said, something has to be worked out. So for a person who is imbibed with the culture of spirit, the Sahaj culture, impresses others by his calmness and relaxed attitude. Relaxation never means lethargy by any chance. It doesn't mean lethargy. Lethargy is against relaxation. A person who is relaxed cannot become lethargic. Relaxed means a person who is alert and calm. These two things for human beings is an impossibility. Because if they are alert, then they are not calm. If they are unhappy, sad, then they think they are very, very calm. So this is one of the things one has to remember, that you have to witness yourself all the time. Not to condemn yourself, but witness. Now I said the word witness means detached. Now what happens with this? When you start condemning yourself, you miss every good point. For example, you have some experience of a certain height being achieved, all right? At that point, you should catch hold of it. Hold on to it. Keep to it, but don't forget that you may go back. No. And then wait for another higher moment to come. Hold on to it. That's how you climb Himalayas. But not that, oh ma, now it's all right, but what will happen next? Then you are gone down. Because you have to face yourself in a way knowing what are your powers. You are a spirit now. You are no more an ordinary human being. So you have no business to condemn yourself or to degrade yourself or in any way to feel unhappy. No way. Past is past. What happened a moment before is finished. Now I am going to rise. Now I am going to rise. So a person who has a Sahaj culture is not only spontaneous but is inspired. Is an inspired personality. A person who is of that kind, an inspired visionary, then other people get impressed by such a person that, see, there is a man who is inspired, who talks in an inspired way, in a way that is something very different from others. Something new, he says. New that is nourishing. Such a personality, like the other day, you see, we heard the lectures of so many people, and when the New Zealand Prime Minister was coming, CP said, now let's go back because we'll have a little tea or something. I said, no, you listen to this man, he's a realized soul. He said, really? I said, yes, you listen to him. First everybody was thinking New Zealand, such a little twit of a country. What is he going to speak? You see, they were moving about, making. Within 2 minutes he captured everybody's attention. You see, he's bubbling with her. So beautifully, and he spoke all the points so much different and so much new and so much better. CP was amazed. He said, how do you know? I said, I know, because when I was in New Zealand, I told them he's a realized soul. And our Prime Minister is also a realized soul. You'll be surprised after our Prime Minister finished his lecture and all that, after 2-3 lectures he was to go. Then he turned round and went to this Australian Prime Minister, only him, went and congratulated me, and said something very close to him. And the fellow again, as he blew up into joy. We saw all that. And then he came away. Why? Because one realized soul understands another realized soul, and everybody was amazed. Why did he turn to this man alone and went and congratulated him? So, such a large country like India, represented by our Prime Minister, goes down all the way to a little country like New Zealand, which is nothing compared to India, and congratulates. And that's a developed country, this is a developing country. It's something people did not understand. And the whole joyous atmosphere, both of them, shaking hands, created. This is Sahaj culture, in which you recognize a realized soul, the dignity of a realized soul. So when it comes to relating to others, first and foremost are Sahajogis. But I've seen most of the people are more congenial with others and less congenial with Sahajogis. They try to criticize Sahajogis all the time. And I test them. I sometimes say, all right, I don't think this fellow is very good and all that. But when the other person turns around and shows compassion and says, no, mother, I think it will work out, then I like it. I like that. Or else sometimes I say, all right, let them go away. There should be no more food for them. It's all right. No, mother, we've made food for them. So the culture of Sahaj is to give and give and give and never ask for a reward. Never thinks what I have to get. After all, you have got the highest that anybody could get. They said the 3 heights a human being can achieve in spirituality, which you all got in no time. It's called as Salokya, Samipya, Sanidhya. Salokya is that you should be able to see God. That you got? Samipya is the closeness with God. Sanidhya is the togetherness. You have got all these 3. In one incarnation you got it. When gods incarnated before, nobody knew that they were gods. So even they got it, they never knew. Very few people knew about it. But even when Christ said he was the Son of God, how many believed him? They crucified him because they were not realized souls. But by giving you realization, I have given you that capacity to get all these 3 blessings at one shot. I speak your language, I speak your style, I live with your style, and you understand me. There is no problem. But with other gods, imagine if I were Mahakali today, what would have happened to you? You would be all upside down there hanging, seeing me from the other way round.
You'd be hanging around your neck, Mother.
I don't know what would have happened. Or any one of them. So the 3 blessings that a saint is promised, you've got all of them. But because you've got them, you don't understand. You take it for granted. There's no Shraddha. With this experience, there should be tremendous faith. Faith is a thing that resides between me and you, in between. We can say the ocean of joy that is in between. Whatever I emit to you is that Shraddha. And when you are drenched into it, the joy of that Shraddha makes everything so Sahaj. But for that, you must open your hearts. A Sahajogi who is secretive, who is insular, who is jealous, who separates himself from others, is no good. Open your heart, give away your things, doesn't matter. Matter has only one value, that it can communicate your Sahaj culture. Little things. See, I see something that you have got beautiful, and in my Mahamaya acting on myself, I say, oh, that's very beautiful. And then they say, Mother, you gave us this. Sorry. And then I feel very ashamed of myself that this is not Sahaj culture, you see. But the joy is so much that I can't help it. Sometimes I say, oh, it's so beautiful, this one. You gave us, Mother. And the whole report and the whole feeling, I'm feeling a little shy about it and all that, is so beautiful, so dramatic. So dramatic it is, so poetic. Only at that point I feel ashamed of myself. Of course, to be a human being, you should be ashamed of yourself sometimes. Otherwise, the drama is not complete. So the whole thing is so beautiful and so joyous. But that gentleness towards others and yourself should be there. Now, if you become unhappy and serious, you are very unkind to yourself and to others. Anybody who is a serious person, sits with a serious face, know that he is not a Sahaj at all. They should be bubbling with laughter, joy all the time. I cannot be serious for more than, I think, 5 seconds perhaps. I don't know. I try, because lecture should be serious to go into the hearts of the people. But does not. And you can see that even when I am getting angry, my eyes betray me. And there's a twinkle of laughter in the eyes. That's how a person should be. And don't worry what others have to say. You see, the culture where people are just glum like this is the same as the people where they are frivolous. Now, as we can say, American culture is to be frivolous, stupid. You see, I won't be surprised supposing your Prime Minister tomorrow starts wearing a sari just to amuse you. Anything is possible with them, just to amuse you, see, for cheap popularity. Anything frivolous, stupid they will do. But supposing, you see, it is, say, an English old conservative personality, then a lady might wear a very official dress with the lines and this and that, and like a man she might become very serious, like that. Develop a very serious face. But both things are nonsensical, has no meaning. You have to be natural, and natural everything is always bubbling with joy. And a message. And a message. These flowers are the message of my coming, writ large on them. So a person who is a Sahaj culture man should emit that message to others. People should see, oh, this is the man, he is the Sahajya fellow. You can see that clearly. There's no seriousness, there's no unhappiness, nothing. Supposing I've said something that might be upsetting you, forget it. If you cannot forget that, then you have not listened to me. But forget doesn't mean that you do not act upon it. Acting upon it means that you face yourself and see for yourself how you have ascended and how far you have to go, not how you will fall down. So it is all the time acting on both sides, as I am telling you in my lecture, that on one side you see to yourself as a relationship with me and relationship with others. For a Sahaj Yogi, it should not matter whether you are in a palace or on the street. The first encounter with the first Sahaj Yogis, we have only one surviving now here sitting down. They couldn't bear, for them it was difficult to be in the beautiful atmosphere of India. The reason is they were analyzing. There are no good bathrooms, no showers. But you have the whole sky. You have all the mountains. You have all the trees. You have got all the waters flowing. But you want to have a little shower in which you can't even move. Just an idea. Just an idea of comfort. You have no comforts, if you ask me, compared to what we have in India. No comforts at all. I mean, ask any Indian girl to come and stay, she will cry. Even I think here, the president has to wash his utensils, perhaps, maybe.
That's right.
What a comfort. There's no division of labor. Now, in our country we have servants, but servants doesn't mean that we treat them anything else. They eat the same food as we eat. They live the same way we live. But they do different type of work because they don't have the same mental capacity to be the president. The president does some other work. You have no comfort of any kind. You take it from me. Food matter, you get everything processed food. Imagine any time you might be developing cancer due to processed food. What is your speciality then? Try to understand. What is the kind of food? It's not fresh. God knows how it is processed, how it is preserved, from where it is coming. Suddenly in London they said that don't eat this kind of food, you see, because it has got something contaminated. So everybody rushes, you see, to the storeroom because we have to store up all these things. You can't get at the right. Oh, it's there, then you start throwing them. It's a mad racing because people think that God knows what we are eating today. Is it correct or not? So food-wise, you are zero. Best thing is to live in the villages or in the forests, to get the fresh fruits, wash them in clean flowing water of a river, eat it nicely, and sit down enjoying the sun. The comfort of the spirit is the thing we have lost. And those who seek the comfort of the spirit are Sahajogis, not otherwise. Comfort of the spirit comes in giving. Say I have borrowed some money from you. I won't be comfortable till I have paid you back. Going further with it, supposing you are caught up into something. You have got some problems. I'll somehow or other manage that you'll come close to me somewhere and work it out on you, clear you out. Till then I won't be comforted. Though I'll suffer, I'll have pains, I'll have this. As soon as I came here, left Nabi was like this, going on. Corrected it. I took it upon myself, I sucked it into me. So they are adventurous. Oh, I will not touch, I am catching, he's catching, finished. But now the compassion can only work out if you have that kind of a spirit, otherwise you cannot. It becomes sympathy. For example, there's one person, Mr. A or Miss A or Mrs. A, whatever it is. I mean, I'm talking of a common personality. And that person is catching. I would say in an ashram that person should clear out. But all the ashramites will catch from that person and that person will never be all right. There's a very nice joke about it. There was a lady, she wanted to reduce herself. So there was a machine like a rolling pin. They said if you rub it, then you will reduce. So she brought, poor thing, she brought the machine and she started rolling it. She found that the rolling pin became fat instead of she reducing. Same thing is in Sahajyoga. Instead of Sahajogi is correcting the others, they get contaminated. That's why I said don't have anybody in the ashram, because you sympathize. You do not try to correct that person. In a way that you can correct within yourself, suck it within yourself as your mother does. And I do it for thousands and thousands and thousands. You have to do it for one or two, so you are never bothered. And that's how you become strong. Not by shunning them, running away from them, or condemning yourself, or saying that we must save ourselves from the book. No, through adventure. Let's see what happens. Tumar was telling me, nothing catches me, mother. What is it? I said, who will catch you? Those who will catch will be hurt themselves. So, what is it that Bhairava is to be established? Siddha kela paje, Bhairava. As you have to establish Sri Ganesha, you have to establish also Bhairava and Hanuman on the right side. If these three deities you establish within yourself, nothing on this earth can catch you. You get it for a while. But what I find now, I came to this ashram, everybody's left Navi caught up. Everybody's left Agya caught up. So then I get the pain. Everyone. I mean, I have put you inside my body. Do you know that? You are part and parcel of my body. You are cells in my body. And when you catch, I also catch. Not catch, but I really get the pain. But I clear it. In the same way, I have given you powers. Every power I have given you. But you have to develop it. And you have to be adventurous. But on the contrary, once we have ashrams, everybody settles down. Oh, now very comfortable, very cheap. Very economical. That's the first comfort. It's surprising for a Western person. It is very important that it should be economical. Surprising. Affluent people think more of saving money than the people who are poor. And English are the last word. Save pounds at the cost of others. On the contrary, if you go to India, they'll be very happy. They'll invite you in their house. Whatever they have, they will give it to you. Eat, eat, eat. They'll force you. They'll be very happy to give. But in England, it's very dangerous. You see, sometimes in the ashram, they may not even have food for me.
My goodness.
Really. And if you tell them, I know, you know, finished. Then what do you say? You already know it. Now what to do? They know. So with the affluence, miserliness grows and money orientation. In India also I've seen people who get little more money than the rest become very money oriented. Money becomes everything, money becomes the power, money becomes their life. Sahaj Yogi doesn't care for money, just it's the dust of our mother's feet. What is money? What is wealth? And when they do like that, then their money problems are solved. If you have a money problem, know that there's a problem. If you are very particular about money, I am, in a way, because if I have to give somebody, I remember it. But I've seen people who are very anxious to tell me that you have to pay this man so much, that man so much. That's wrong. That's not your lookout. That's very, very wrong. To tell me that you have to pay this man or that man. It's not important. Even if I don't pay, I pay. So in relationship, with me, you are not to tell me that you have to pay so much money to him, this much money should be paid, this is what he owes you. Nothing of the kind. Let the person come and tell me. Why are you telling? That kind of a message, if you give me, you are lost. Or if you come and tell me for somebody else that mother, time is up, we have to go, somebody is hurrying up. If somebody is hurrying me, tell him, don't hurry mother. You must know that your kundalinis were not raised with just your own kundalini, but something that is working it out. Something very tremendous, a big organization. You can't see it, it is microscopic. You must know, nobody got realization like that, did they? Thousands getting realization, what's happening? There must be something about. Now, how can you tell anything to such an organization? They don't like it. They know it. Actually, they are the ones who know, not the English. They know what is to be done. So your relationship with me acts as your culture. So it is a mother's cult, you can call it. The mother's culture. How we are connected with our mother. I have seen people, if somebody is rude to them, they get very angry. But if somebody is rude to me, they don't feel angry. It should be the other way around. Now I'll give an example. This Merv Griffin was funny, and both our PROs were very angry. It was natural and very, I liked it, but I calmed them down. And Wadlikar, of course, was on top of this thing. But the other fellow would not. He was giving arguments. I was just watching. If somebody had said this to his mother, there's another one there. He never came to receive me at the airport. So Wadlikar said, if your own mother had come, you would not have gone. Then one can give explanation, no, but our mother is Adi Shakti. My mother is not, she is helpless. It's not. To show your respect, to show your love, you have to go for your own gain, not for her gain. For your own gain. This relationship is for your own gain. Supposing if you strike oil, is it for your gain or for the gain of the oil? If you get to the source, is it for the source to gain anything or it is for you to gain anything? Logic, simple logic. So in that culture, you see, you really thrive and you become extremely a happy person, a joyous person. And the expression of such a person is so different. Because such a person, as I told you, rises above and sees the problems of others, the decadence of the society, sees all the problems of the world. Not only that, but knows the solutions. We are not like these ordinary people who have racialism, this other diseases, I don't know what sort of diseases they have, I also forget. Racialism now, it's another stupid nonsense, What is racialism? God has made somebody's color like this and somebody's color like that. And those same racists are trying to tan their faces. So, in this culture of ours, we are not bothered about superficial things. What we are bothered about is our inner cleanliness, inner beauty. But that doesn't mean that you should move about like primitive people. No. But if there is inner beauty, then outer beauty comes. You will never find me dirtily dressed. You will never find me without a sari. Even when I sleep, I wear a sari. Because in the night also I have to work, so how can I go in my dressing gown to the other world? So a person who is a Sahajogi has to be an extremely neat and a clean person. But not to tell others, but should be himself or herself. That's one of the things are very important, because others will see you like loonies. Who is going to believe you? So the one effect is from the mother you take from the source. For what? To be that illuminated quality in you, so that others see you as something great and adore you, worship you. This far we have come. Now, how your personality should. But now, when you are dealing with others, know that they are human beings made by God, not by Sahajogis, by any chance. And they will be tomorrow Sahajogis, maybe higher Sahajogis than you. So when we are dealing with others, also talk to them in a gentle way. Be kind to them. Of course, we are against gurus, against cults, against all these people. But as soon as they come, if you say, oh, you are a bhoot, the person will do right about turn and go away. So you are not given this power to be abrupt or to be arrogant with others, not given. Now all such people are coming down calming down, because they see that what helps is your gentle, kindly, firm attitude. Only after Sahaj Yoga you can combine all these qualities. You'll be firm, you'll be alert, you'll be gentle and compassionate, smiling, but not making fun of others. So then you become a personality who is alert to see what is the reaction they are having on others. This is very important to be seen. So now you start witnessing others. What is your reaction on others? I have seen many a times new Sahaj Yogi comes in. Person is trying to say something and the girl starts giggling or laughing. One should not at that time, because the person might think that they are making fool of me, or they are thinking that I am a stupid person or something wrong with me. That person will become self-conscious. I won't be able to give realization to that person. But if somebody is sitting before me and I am trying to help that person, know that it's a very important moment of this gentleman's life. We have got it. So what? When we are pulling out somebody, when we are helping out somebody, do we laugh? That's the time you have to be very concerned and very much serious to do the job. Every quality and mood has its own place. Like nose is at its own place, eyes at its own place. In the same way, all these moods that we have their own places. And that is what is lost in modern society. So when I am trying to help somebody, you should be all concerned about that person. How does this come in to us from the source? How much you are concerned about me? Supposing I am thirsty, you will feel thirsty. You'll immediately say, Mother, I'll get you some water. Or you may not even ask me, just bring it here, keep it there. Or just make some tea for me, or look after me, do this or do that. In little things you should watch. The concern is not in saying something, asking something. You don't ask. Don't ask, Mother, you just do it. That's how when you start doing it, you will understand what you are doing to others. So the reflection on others, how they reflect about you also is very important, and you have to be alert. Suddenly you say something and everybody disappears. You must know they are not yet Sahaj Yogis, they are to be brought in. So you have to very carefully bring them around. Then with Sahaj Yogis, among yourselves, how you behave is extremely important for others to see. We must cherish each other's company. We must cherish. To meet some Sahaj Yogi somewhere, what a joy it is to see someone, to talk to someone on the phone. But because we are so insular, so selfish, so greedy, and sometimes very circumcised, I should say, or absolutely engulfed into our past, that we cannot do that. We do not feel that joy. We cannot adore another Sahaj Yogi. We do not enjoy another Sahaj Yogi. We cannot cherish his company. That means this finger cannot feel this finger. It's like developing what you call a disease called leprosy. Nerves are finished. Nerve endings are not there. You cannot feel the joy of other Sahaj Yogis. And this is only possible if you get over your personal interests. When people come in Sahaj Yoga in the beginning, they have personal interests. Like, say somebody is trying to sell something. So they would like to sell it to Sahaj Yogis. or they are arranging something, they would like Sahajogis to do it. See, personal interest, to use Sahajogis for their own purposes. As a result of that, I have seen some people become so insular that nobody helps them, no work is done by them. If there's a telephone, nobody will say, I'll get it. That's American quality. They'll say, I'll get it. It's regarded good. Not in England. They'll be all sitting quiet. Even when they have eaten the food, they have to pay the money. They'll look this side. And some poor Indian student will pay for all of them. They won't look. Now paid. Now they are normal. It's very low level. It's extremely low level behavior. And this is what one has to learn, that you have to cherish others, give presents to others. You're going there, now, like the other day, I met a lady, she had liked one of my rings of emerald. That's my family rings, I can't give away. I'll have to ask CP. And he may not like it because after all I have no right on it. I have to give it to my children, all right? But I found an emerald somewhere, beautiful, so I kept it with me. The other day when I gave her, she was so enamored. I said, you liked my ring, I couldn't give you my ring. So she said, you mean to say I would have taken your ring? I said, I would have forced it on you, but I couldn't give you. So I thought of it. I just saw it somewhere, so I got it for her. I said, how thoughtful. But it's all in my head. Whenever I get it a chance, you see, so somebody says, I'll like it, keep it in mind. Next time, even a flower. You must cherish their companies because it's such a great thing to have somebody who understands you, your spirit, and they have the spirit. Such a great thing. How can you be unkind to each other? That hurts me the most of all. And the first thing and the foremost thing you have to give me is congenial, beautiful, loving group. That they love each other. If that's achieved, that you really love beyond your personal considerations. I mean, of course, in Sahadža there are now not many people who try to make money, but try to make comfort for themselves. They must have the best room, they must have the best place, they must have, I didn't get this, I should have it, this, that. Try to do more than others. I know sometimes people take advantage of it, but they will go out of Sahadža very soon. So be sure that you become generous about it. Very generous. And generosity should start from your own Sahajogi brothers and sisters. In the culture of Sahaja, we have to have a full imbibement, bubbling through our nerves, the sense of chastity. That is a must, whether you like it or not. There should be no bad intentions about any other person of relationships which are not pure. Absolutely pure relationships, pure eyes, without any adultery, adulteration I would call it. Clean eyes is the basic of Sahadža. Steadfast, clean eyes, because your eyes are very powerful. You don't know how powerful they are. So to make it that way, to practice, move your attention inward and towards the Sahasrara. You can. With your eyes, you suck in. Even while looking at me, with the Shraddha, with the joy, you just suck it inside by image. Put it on your sastra. Put it in your heart. You can do it. It's very joy-giving. When you put it in the sastra, then you get the knowledge. When you put it in your heart, you get the joy. And when you put it on your liver, then you get the power of action. From the photograph also, you can do it, suck it, move it. But that is shown in the way you behave towards others. Completely confident, gentle, no arrogance. Neither the neck up like that or like that, but in the center, in a very dignified way. So, in the culture of Sahaj, because the spirit is the dignity, is the majesty, is the glory of God, you have to judge yourself. Did I say something which is not respecting my spirit? Did I do something that is not glorious? Like I've seen people, when I'm there, they'll go on asking me 100 questions. Should it be white towel, green towel? Should I do this? Should I do that? Why? Because we don't live with choices. We live whatever we get it, and there is dignity in that. If you start doing choices, it's stupid. In a group of Sahajogis, the food, what will you have? They'll take 45 minutes to decide if you go in a restaurant. Because the consciousness, we are paying for it. And somebody will have this, somebody will have that. The poor waiter will run away. Why should we have different? It's just the same. What your mother is having, we'll have. Finished. But if not that, at least whatever everybody is having, why have separately? Choices are not there in Sahaja Yoga. Remember this word very clearly. Choices of this, choices of that. I don't like it, I like that. This is not good, that is not good. Because we deal everything on the level of vibrations, then the choices come in. Like if the vibrations are not good, we'll not say it, but we'll not have it. But not question of whether green or red or yellow or white. And that is what they are making fool out of you. They will put one name, Kartiye, finished. People will pay any amount for that Kartiye. Is any ordinary stuff, it is, nothing special. But you see that ego, I've got the Kartiya, I've paid more to show that I've paid more, that I've been a fool. To pay more for something that's so cheapish. That's what they're playing upon, remember that. So you have to understand that when you are a Sahaj personality, you have your own dignity. These things do not give dignity to you. You give them dignity. But that doesn't mean tomorrow you come like a clown or like a limbo on your nose. Of course, I must see the other point of it because it just slips out that side. When you become dignified, you will wear always something that is dignified. You will do all that is dignified. Is automatically you become dignified. It's nothing artificial. So, dignity that comes as you see your mother. Whatever you give me in puja, I take it, all right. But otherwise you cannot give me anything else. If you give me, I'll return it, somehow. Somehow I'll return it. A person who is money oriented cannot have dignity. But you see him like a beggar. See, if this money orientation is too much, he comes down to that level. You can see there cannot be dignity in that. A man who is power oriented is an idiot. He looks like an idiot. So we cannot become idiots. Alright, so we cannot be power oriented. The one who is sort of a romantic or a love oriented is a stupid fellow. He behaves like a stupid fellow. On the street they go on kissing each other all the time. Where are you going? To the divorce case, but last bit we are thinking of having some kisses. Self-respect is the thing. Self is your spirit. The respect of the spirit should give you that dignity. But in privacy, you are gentle with your husband, you are gentle with your wife. You must learn how to be gentle with her in privacy, not in public. That's horrible. Especially in India. I'm told that people go around with the romanticism and all that. So please don't do all those romantic stuff in India. It's very embarrassing for me. Very embarrassing. So we cannot do things which embarrasses our mother. Once you start knowing that, this will embarrass mother. We can't do this. You automatically will be. So when it is related with me, immediately, what will mother think of me? Is it this the way to behave towards mother? Immediately you will get the reward as that thing working through you. As if you become that nature. Sahaj culture is a Sahaj nature. Automatically you will do it. You will talk in that manner, you will speak in that manner, you will live in that manner. I mean, I have seen people who have never known me. On a trunk call or a telephone, they recognize. They know I'm something special. If they're sensitive enough. From my photograph, the way I sit, the way I talk, immediately everyone asks. The other day when I went for the meeting with my husband, everybody was asking, who is this lady? Who is this lady? Who is this lady? There's something in the personality. I talk to everyone nicely, I'm very sweet. We cannot be slavish and we cannot enslave anyone. We have to cherish. Even human beings we have to cherish because they are us. Not to despise anyone, not to laugh at anyone. In the culture of Sahaj, you have to become an expert, expertise. Expertise comes through your adherence to your mother. Expertise. You should be an expert. And who will give you the certificate is your mother only. Who else? I may not say so, but your spirit will say that. And not your ego. In a short time, whatever was possible, it's such a big subject, culture is. You cannot. But I've talked to you, I would not say in a very analytical way, but in a very synthetic manner. So I've given you a very synthesis of the whole thing. Analytical would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, cut short. 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. It's not like that. And that is how you have to speak to people. 1, this is so. 2, this is so. 3, this is so. Finished. You are not Sahaj. In your speeches, if you talk like that, finished. But before saying something or doing something, give a little idea where you are leading the people so they are not frittered away. Attention is not frittered away. Give a little idea as I say. Or else while talking, bring them to a point which is important. So that they wait in the sentence to come to that point. But make the whole sentence look so that it is going towards certain points. So always a Sahaj Yogi must make a point out of what they talk. Not just babbling, talking, what is the point you are going to make? Whatever they do, they have to know what are we going to achieve out of it. In a marriage, what are we going to achieve out of marriage? A family, house, everybody has. Even a donkey has that. What's so great? We are going to achieve a family unit where realized souls are to be born. We are going to look after them in a proper way, and then we are going to emit that unit into this world like a sparkling diamond set in the beautiful setting of a family, giving light to the whole world. So life should not be pointless, and talk should not be pointless, and every moment should be filled with achievements of your visions and dreams, slowly and steadily, which is not at all difficult. If you can get rid of ego and superego, finished. That's all. Simple as that. May God bless you all. Good. Nice. Relaxed, eh? Relaxed. Witness. Everyone cleared out, I think. And no more, one more thing I must say last. As I've said it before, which I have not said here. No one is going to say that Bhoot did it, because such a person will be sent away to the Bhoot clan, not to Sahadža. Don't put your responsibility on the Bhoots. Either you are a Bhoot or you are a Sahadža, one of the two. You can't be both.